what do we do personally? Let me just give you some ideas. How would we arrange your life personally around the resurrection of Christ? One, you're doing it right now. Prioritize church. Why don't you get involved in a church? If you haven't been, some of you came to church today because Charlie Kirk. That's why you're here. But you should come every Sunday. You should come every Sunday that you can. You should be here. You should make church a big priority. That's how you organize your life around the resurrection of Jesus. You should give money to your church. You say, okay, so now no, we want you to give money. If you don't like this church, go to the church that you do like and give money to that church. But one of the ways that you signify to yourself and to God and to your family that you're prioritizing the resurrection is you actually don't think this money lasts very long, but you can do some things with your money that'll outlast you, that'll last forever. That's why we give. You should have gospel conversations with people who need it. Some of you guys have friends and family members who really need to hear about Jesus Christ, and you haven't wanted to tell them because you've wanted to avoid the social awkwardness of having that conversation. But if you prioritize the resurrection, maybe you'd give you the courage to do it. Some of you should speak out a little more. You've been cowed down. You've been so afraid. Maybe if you prioritize the resurrection and put it front and center, you'd be a little more bold. A little more bold to say what you really believe, to speak what is really true. You know what else we do if we put the resurrection front and center? We deal with death differently. We just do. Now, the whole world's been talking about the death of Charlie Kirk for the last several days, and I'm sure they'll talk about it a lot more. And when a Christian dies, we grieve. I mean, I look at Charlie and I look at his wife and I look at those little children and I just grieve because I just think about a wife that's lost her husband, and I think about children that'll never be with their dad in this life again. So we grieve. It's sad. It's gut-wrenching. But we don't grieve as those without hope. We just don't. Here's why. Number 4 on your notes, because we participate in the reality of the resurrection. We participate in the reality of the resurrection. Now, some of you came to church today and you made a point to be here because Charlie Kirk's death got your attention. If you're a big Charlie Kirk fan, or you know him, or you love him, let me just say to you, Charlie is not dead. Charlie is alive with Jesus. Charlie is more alive right now than he has ever been. So if somebody thinks they've stopped him or stolen his voice, they're sorely mistaken, because Jesus is raised from the dead. And Charlie can't say anything new. You can watch the videos of what he said before. There's a lot of that. He's not going to say anything new. But I believe that if Charlie could be here this morning and speak, here's what I think he would tell you. I think Charlie would say, it's all true. It's all real. It's all true and it's all real. Jesus is true and Jesus is real. The cross is true and the cross is real. The resurrection is true and the resurrection is real. Heaven and hell are true and heaven and hell are real. And you, regardless of how you vote or who you affiliate with politically, you should turn from your sins and turn to Christ. Receive Jesus by faith for yourself. The most important thing about you is not how you vote, although that is important, but the most important thing about you is not how you vote. The most important thing about you is what you believe and where you place your hope.